And here we are. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. This is not Under Falling Skies. Let me just change that very quickly. This is another impromptu live unboxing video. So this is Pendulum, if I can spell it right, Pendulum unboxing. Right, I've got about 15 minutes free before my next demo. So yeah, I'm going to fill that 15 minutes rather than having a lie down with another unboxing video. Right, here we go. So this is Pendulum. I can tell you that now. And I know a little bit about this game, enough that I'm intrigued. I'll be honest with you, a lot of the reports that I've read about this game are not positive. It's one of those games, there was a lot of hype about it, but then when I started reading some of the various comments that people had, yeah, but I was curious. There was definitely something about this game that I was curious to see. So, I am going to be doing a video on this game. And the video that I'm going to be doing on this game is, the plan is, and I don't know when I'm going to do this, but at some point in the next month or two, my plan is to do one of my Paul learns how to play the game from the rulebook and then plays it videos. Because they take me literally no time to prepare, because I just get the game out, start learning how to play, and that's my plan for this. So that will be coming to the channel at some point. Thank you very much, Andy and Chrissy, for joining me. And yeah, this video is supported by my Patreon supporters, and also the video that I do for this game is not sponsored in any way. Yeah, right, okay, so let's have a look. Now, sand timers is one of the few things that I know about this game. I like the theme of the game, and apparently it works without the sand timers, some people have said, but it's a real-time strategy game for 1 to 5 players, which means, even in lockdown, I can still play this game, so I might be doing it solo. And yeah, the timers seem to be a critical part of the game, but people have said it actually works. Some people have said it works better without the timers, at which point you think, well, what's the point of the timers? But there is another solo game, Lux Eterna, by Tony Boydell, which also is supposed to be played with a 10-minute timer, and I don't play it with a 10-minute timer, and it works fine. Anyway, right. Can't believe I'm squeezing this in now. Yes, I literally have 20 minutes before the start of my next stream, so we're going to be quick. Thank you for joining me, and if you want to see anything in more detail, let me know. So, rulebook. It's got a very thick texture to it. This is unusual, but it's nice. Now, Stonemaier rulebooks I find generally okay. I have read a couple of them in the past. I don't have any big problems with them. But yeah, this has got a nice texture to it. So it's nice big text. That's good. Obviously, I'm not going to look too closely, because when I do my video of learning the game from the rulebook, I will be going through this in more detail. But it's nicely spaced out. We've got some nice big pictures. There we go. Advanced variant, 2 to 3 player game. Don't know where the solo game rules are. Oh, I've just got a whiff of something. And it's not me, before you ask. Right. Pendulum Ultima. So this is for the solo rules. Which is designed by Morten Monrad Peterson. I think he's the guy who does the Ultima. Nick Shaw. I know Nick. I didn't realise Nick was involved in this, assuming that is the Nick Shaw that I know. There we go. Right, okay, so we have Ultima rules. Again, lots of space on here for that. Then we have a quick reference guide, which is also good. This is on thin card. So that's good, because once you know the game, it's good to have this on a separate sheet. Right, what have we got here? Don't know what this is. Right, so punching out. Cardstock is a bit bendy. Okay, it's about a mil and a half. Yeah, not that solid, but it's okay. All right, let's have a look at the board. Okay, so we got an insert. There we go. Right, so here's the insert. All of the stuff is in here. These are the timers. I mean, they're nice. They are nice timers. I like these. Right, so we've got lots of plastic. And I know some people have opinions on plastic in games, and we should be cutting down on plastic. But yeah, these are plastic pieces. Personally, I prefer wooden pieces for various reasons. But yeah, all right, so lots of plastic squares. Again, I don't know much about this game, so this isn't going to be a very knowledgeable unboxing. We have some meeples. We have little white ones. They're very cute. Oh, in fact, there's little ones for each of them. Right, okay, let's take these out. Nice shirt, Paul. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for noticing. Right, yeah, so these are the meeples, I assume in the player colours. Let's put them in there. And we've got some other bits, and some other bits, some other bits. Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be interesting to speak to Jamie and see why plastic rather than wood. I don't know. I don't know if it is a cost thing or an aesthetic thing, but, you know, I believe we should be using less plastics. And I think, obviously, plastics, where plastics are useful, where you've got particularly moulded things, but where it should be just cubes and discs, I'm not sure why use plastic rather than wood. If anybody knows in the chat, please let me know why use plastic rather than wood. But yeah, not a huge amount of different components, but it's nice that we got an insert. We've got the Ziploc bags. We've got some cards. I'm just going to open up one of the packs of cards to see how thick they are. I don't know who actually produced this game. Is it Panda or is it somebody else? Does it say? Maybe it says on the back of the box. Oops. Made in China. So I'm not sure. Oops. I'm not sure who produced it, because I think if it is Panda, I think it says on there Panda. At least the one I did yesterday did. Okay, right. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's zoom in a little bit. And let's have a look at these cards. Let's have a look at the artwork and the graphic design. So graphic design looks nice and clean. These seem fairly clean. Cards are, yeah, it's a decent thickness, and they've got a bit of a linen texture. Very similar to the ones from Rococo that I did yesterday. These look like player reference cards. Okay, so language on the cards. Obviously not language independent. There we go. Right, so there's a pack of those cards. There's a pack of smaller cards. I won't open those just yet. And then there's a pack of these square cards with what looks like a map on the back. Okay, there you go. So there's the cards. What else are we going to look at? Let's look at the board. And again, if there's anything in particular that you want me to have a look at, Luke says Stonemeyer uses Panda. Right, okay, so it is Panda. I just expected it to say Panda somewhere on the box. Right, okay, so we've got a square board. Now it is two-sided. 1 to 3 players on that side. Jamie has a whole article about plastic versus wood. Okay, right, interesting. I knew there's got to be a reason. It used to be an import problem, but solved now. Okay, right. So does that mean he's going to go back to using wood later? Who knows? Right, so there's the board. Oh, I need to zoom out, don't I? There you go. There is the board. The sand timer's presumably gone these spaces here. There's a thing there, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Okay, and then we've got these. Right, what is this? And I guess because this is a real-time game, this is not something that I can actually play remotely with other people. So, yeah, it all depends. I mean, the current lockdown rules in the UK is that I can have one person round. So Rick has been round and we played a game. Dan's been round and we've played a game. So maybe I'll do a 2-player game of this if any of my local friends are interested. Right, so these are weird. So this is plasticky, and it's kind of... There's a texture on this. It's a little bit like sandpaper. I don't know why these are textured. I'm not saying it's a problem. It's just a little unusual. Now I know Chip Theory games use their sort of boards are a bit plastic. These are thicker than the Chip Theory games ones, but they've got this very rough texture on them. You can hear that. You can hear them scraping together. Again, not a problem. Just a little unusual, and there might be a reason why. Maybe it's so that these don't get knocked. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Same thing for this. So this is for the Automa. Right, there you go. So I guess this is, yeah, very weird, the scraping noises. So yeah, 1 to 5 players. There we go, that's that. Piece of cardboard. And we have another board here. There we go. That's pretty much it. as I say, you'll be finding more about this game when I do my learning how to play. Like the player boards in Tapestry. I understand why to stop the plastic moving, but I hate it. Right, I've not played Tapestry, but if that's the same. So it is designed to stop the plastic moving. I mean, it's fine if it's on its own. If I have this, oh no, it's still scrapey. Yeah, it's a scratchy noise. Okay, so it's designed that the plastic doesn't move around. What type of plastic do we put on them? These. Okay, let me just try that out. So each player presumably has one of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those. And if these are, if the texture of these is designed to stop these things moving around, okay, well, I don't know, does it? I'm not sure. I guess so. I guess that's the intention. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Does this texture actually stop the plastic moving around? Because it doesn't seem to be doing. It's still moving around. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, there we go. Any questions anybody has? This is kind of an interactive live unboxing. If there's anything in particular that you wanted to see. It's a shame Ian Turner's not in the chat because he'd be asking to look at a particular part of the rulebook. He'd be asking for paragraph 3 on page 6, which was fun. We did that last night. But yeah, if there's no other questions, I'll just wrap things up there and get ready for my next video. As I say, I'm curious about this game. This might be a game that I play and then I say, I tell you what, all of those people with their negative opinions on the game, yeah, they're right. And I don't like it either. I don't know. I'm kind of going into it with my eyes open because there are other games out there where universally have been slated and people didn't like them, and I played it and I was like, oh, okay, I actually quite enjoyed this. So I don't know. I don't know about this game. You'll find out soon. Are the boards recessed? No, these player boards are not recessed at all. Yeah, so the player boards aren't recessed. None of the boards are recessed. So yeah, this, and then the main game board, there is no recessions, whatever the term is, not recessions. But nope, there's nothing recessed. And I mean, Scythe had the recessed boards, didn't it? And that was really nice. I mean, I know 2-layer boards are more expensive, but I think that would have been better. A 2-layer board for this. I mean, is it different on both sides? Okay, so it is different on both sides, which is probably why you can't do it. But you could do a 3-layer board, but then that's even more expensive. But yeah, recessions on here would have been, is that the right word, recessions? Recessed areas on here would have been a bit better. So yeah, the texture of these doesn't seem to be. Have they worked out the sun timer issue? I'm not sure what the sun timer issue is, but I can guess. And this is from when I worked with CGE on codenames, because we introduced a sun timer in codenames and also with trap words. And when we were working on the rule books for codenames and trap words, we did not say at all how long the sun timers were going to last. And that is because the quality assurance that the companies who make the sun timers could give, it was out by 25%. So you can get sun timers, you can buy a bunch of sun timers, you can buy 10 of them, and they will be out by a very large margin. So if that's what you mean, not consistent in timing, yeah, it could be that. I mean, this says 45 seconds and you turn it over. I don't know. Let's turn them all over. I will time them to see how long they take. But it is a problem with sun timers. The sun timers, you just can't seem to get a consistent time for them. So yeah, who knows? One side of the plastic pieces in Tapestry are slightly rougher. Okay, now these plastic pieces. Oh, wait a minute. Is that? Oh, are you kidding? No, okay, I think these pieces, I think these are exactly the same on both sides. I'm not, maybe that's a little rougher, maybe not. It's really hard to tell. I'm gradually, yeah, I think maybe one side of this piece has got a tiny little, oh, I don't know. It's really hard to tell. So yeah, maybe, but you know, if it says, oh, one side is rougher, yeah, I'm not sure about that. With recesses, the boards would have had to have been bigger. Yes, they would. You're absolutely right, Paul. With recesses, the gaps between them would have had to be big, unless you use a plastic overlay. Yeah, no, there's ways you could have done it. But yeah, anyway, the black one's run out. So the black one is definitely the shorter timer. Then it looks like it's the green one. I mean, these are nice. These are pretty, right? And I do like pretty things. We will see. Oh, Richard is saying IE could stop flowing. Yeah, so the sun timers are supposed to have different times, which is correct. But the issue was that sun timers would stick. Now that is a problem. That is a real problem if the sun timers stick. So I don't know. I'll find out when I play it. Anyway, I'm going to disappear for now. In 8 minutes time, I will be going live on my channel with the final game of UK Games Expo demo, which is Lost Ruins of Arnak. So I need to go and get ready for that. I'll finish my cup of tea, have my Jaffa cake. I will see you here in about 10 minutes time for that if you're interested in watching a 3-player playthrough of Lost Ruins of Arnak. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you later on. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.